Perfecting the art of the trade. Stay tuned, traders. We're going to talk about that next. G'day traders, Stacy Burke from Stacy Burke Trading. Today we're talking about perfecting the art of the trade. As a retail discretionary trader, we talked about in some of our videos building your playbook and mastering one or two setups, the importance of really just flawlessly understanding your setup as perfectly as possible and then executing that as perfectly as possible. And as you get consistent at doing that, scaling up and getting bigger at size. One of the things that I've learned from watching other traders and studying other traders, watching one of Mike Bellafori's recent videos on seven-figure traders, was their attention to the minutest little details as part of their best A-trade setups. And one of the things they talk about is even in their playbook is one of your tasks is to declutter and get trades out of your playbook that aren't part of that one or two best trade setups, and then really studying that down. So, I'd talk about trading the London Open, the New York Open. I use the hourly charts to do that. I use the opening range Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the daily charts to help me establish the best days of the week, potentially to maybe identify these setups. But then I also go down to the 5-minute and the 1-minute to study price action around the opens and closes of the hours. That's just what I do to potentially finesse my way into these trades with the littlest amount of risk. And so there's a lot of different scenarios in terms of how the smaller time frame price action can play out. But again, that's just what I do to study things down to the detail. I think that it's imperative that you almost become obsessed with mastering every aspect of your trading system, right down to the littlest details. And the idea behind that is that when you're in live time, when you're under pressure, when you're live with your finger on the trigger, is that you're calm, cool, and collected in terms of, number one, predefining your risk, being able to identify where that should be at, regardless of the time frame you're trading. And number two, be able to establish profit targets based on the price action that's present already. So, ideally I've talked about looking for rectangular setups or ranges where there's a high and a low established, that I can extrapolate that over a measured target of maybe 2 or 3 times on the hourly chart, but also then increase my risk reward by taking that position on a smaller time frame and tightening my risk up. Now, part of why I study those smaller time frames and I want to be prepared for understanding how the market may retest weak positions around that price action so that I don't get shaken out. But again, once I take my position in the market, one of my things that I worked on over the last year was just taking the position, placing my stop and my target, and then having my time frame or my price action to determine when I move to break even, but then being comfortable to sit on that trade until either A, a certain amount of time elapsed, or B, as the trade potentially may move in a direction in our intervals, how I would tighten my stop up to trap profits along the way, but still give it room to move towards its target. So the idea behind that, I talk about using micro lots to build that confidence, but again, just obsessing over little details, knowing every little aspect of your trades. So again, when you're that detailed over 1 or 2 simple setups, and you've got the frequency of trades there to meet the demand that you're after, you're more comfortable as size increases to still exercise according to your trading plan and just flawlessly follow that process. When I approached the way that I'm trading now, it was with the idea of trading quite a large position size and knowing that when I took those positions, you know, it's easy for somebody to go into the market, put a trade on anywhere and say, I'll put my stop here. But it's another thing when you want to get to a certain size, or when you want to increase size and you want to narrow the amount of heat that your position's under. So with that in mind, if that's how you're trading, for me, I wanted to be able to not only have the tightest amount of risk, but also have it to where the market had done its final push as far as it was going to go into that direction that I could see in terms of establishing my entry into the market. So, you know, I look for bull candle retests when I'm shorting the market, or bear candle retests after a breakout when I'm going to go long in the market. And I'll use that shorter time frame to reduce my risk maybe by as much as 50%. So again, I can predefine my risk. I can extrapolate out a measured move. I can understand when I'm going to move my position to break even. I can also understand a mechanism to trap profits as the market takes off and moves, if it indeed moves in my favor, and still give it enough room to move without stopping me out. Doesn't always work. And as you saw in one of my previous videos last week, I try to keep a little report card of each trade, what I did well, what I could have done better. You know, again, not separate from the report card itself, which is a 30-day goal. But again, I think the more you obsess over the fine details of your particular trading setup, that's when you're starting to perfect the art of the trade. So hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. Again, every single day, focusing on a direction of constant progress. If you haven't done so, go to my homepage, get my 7-step daily routine for high-performance traders. You're the only person that can force yourself to do the work day in and day out. But if you keep it simple, have some little simple things that you can do every single day that are forcing you in the direction of constant progress, there's no doubt that you're going to start to see those subtle improvements, not only in your psychology, but in your methodology, and hopefully your ability to flawlessly execute your trading plan and manage your capital appropriately and grow it. So have a great trading week, traders. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and perfect the art of the trade.
Hi traders, it's Stacy Burke from Stacy Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at stacyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High-Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.